Winter arrived in New York. The city streets glittered beneath thousands of lights. As Christmas decorations transformed Manhattan into a dream, for Olivia, life had changed so dramatically that sometimes she still struggled to believe it was real. Only a few months ago, she had been sitting alone in a small apartment, terrified about the future. Now she stood inside a beautiful penthouse overlooking Central Park. The home was elegant without feeling cold. Warm lighting filled every room. Fresh flowers appeared weekly. Soft music often played in the background. Most importantly, it felt peaceful. Safe. Alexander had kept every promise he made. Every single one. Not once had he treated her like an obligation. Not once had he made her feel unwanted. From the very beginning, he respected her, listened to her, protected her, and little by little, Olivia found herself noticing things she had never expected. Small things, dangerous things, things that made her heart beat faster. One morning, she woke up feeling unusually tired. The pregnancy had entered its later stages, and even simple tasks exhausted her. When she entered the dining room, breakfast was already waiting. Fresh fruit, warm tea, whole grain toast, the exact foods her doctor recommended. Alexander looked up from his tablet. "Good morning." His smile immediately softened. "How are you feeling today?" "A little tired." He stood at once, without hesitation, without complaint. "Sit down." Olivia laughed. "Alexander, I'm pregnant, not fragile." "I know." He pulled out her chair. "That doesn't stop me from worrying." His answer made warmth spread through her chest. Moments like that happened constantly. Whenever she walked downstairs, his hand automatically reached toward her. Whenever she seemed tired, he noticed before she spoke. Whenever she attended appointments, he cleared his schedule. The CEO of one of the largest companies in the world somehow never missed a single prenatal visit. Olivia often wondered how that was possible. One afternoon, she accidentally discovered the answer. She had gone to Alexander's office to surprise him with lunch. His assistant welcomed her warmly. "Mrs. Whitmore." Olivia smiled. The title still felt unfamiliar. As she approached Alexander's office, she heard voices inside. A board member sounded frustrated. "You've postponed this meeting 3 times. Alexander's voice remained calm. "My wife has a medical appointment. The company needs you. My family needs me more." Silence followed. Then Alexander spoke again, firmly. "There will always be another business meeting. There will never be another first pregnancy." Olivia froze. Her eyes immediately filled with tears. She quietly stepped away before anyone noticed. For the rest of the day, her heart refused to calm down. That evening, Alexander found her standing near the window overlooking the city. The skyline glowed beneath the night sky. He approached slowly. "Everything all right?" Olivia turned toward him. For a moment, she simply looked at him. Tall, strong, handsome, a man countless women admired. Yet somehow, every day, he chose her. She smiled softly. "Thank you." Alexander blinked. "For what?" "For always being there." His expression became gentle. That's what husbands do. Simple words. Yet they touched her deeply. Because Owen never had, Alexander always did. As the months passed, they prepared for the baby's arrival together. One evening they sat in the nursery, surrounded by baby books. The room was painted in soft blue and white. Tiny stuffed animals lined the shelves. A crib stood near the window. Olivia placed her hands on her stomach. The baby kicked. Alexander immediately moved closer. "There he is." His face brightened. Every time the baby moved, Alexander reacted like a child receiving the greatest gift in the world. Olivia laughed. "I think he's going to be energetic. He gets that from his father." She raised an eyebrow. "Confident, aren't you?" Alexander smiled. "I own mirrors." His rare joke made her laugh harder. The sound filled the nursery. For a moment, neither noticed how natural everything felt. How comfortable they had become together. Later that evening, they began discussing names. The conversation lasted nearly 2 hours. Every suggestion seemed wrong, until Olivia spoke one name. "What about Daniel?" Alexander repeated it quietly. "Daniel." The name settled gently between them. Strong, kind, timeless. Olivia smiled. "I like it." Alexander looked toward her. "So do I." And just like that, their son became Daniel. Their son. The words no longer sounded strange. Because they were becoming a real family. Several weeks later, they attended parenting classes together. At first, Olivia expected Alexander to be awkward. After all, he was a billionaire CEO. Not exactly someone people imagined changing diapers. She couldn't have been more wrong. The instructor held up a practice doll. "Today we're learning diaper changes." The room filled with nervous laughter. Alexander immediately paid attention, as though attending an important corporate seminar. Olivia tried not to laugh. 10 minutes later, he had mastered the technique. The instructor looked impressed. "Very good." Alexander nodded seriously. "This skill appears essential." The entire class laughed, including Olivia. The next lesson involved bathing newborns. Again, Alexander took notes. Actual notes. Detailed notes. His dedication was so sincere that Olivia's heart ached. One evening after class, they walked through Central Park together. Snowflakes drifted from the sky. The city lights sparkled beyond the trees. Alexander held an umbrella above her. Even though the snowfall was light, even though he was getting wet, Olivia noticed. He always placed her comfort before his own. Always. "Alexander?" "Yes?" She hesitated, then asked the question lingering in her heart. "Why are you so good to me?" He stopped walking. For a moment, surprise crossed his face. Then understanding. Alexander smiled softly. "Because you deserve it." Her breath caught. The answer came so naturally. As though it were obvious. As though caring for her required no effort at all. Olivia looked away before he could see her blush. But it was already too late. The truth had become impossible to ignore. She was falling in love. Deeply, hopelessly, irrevocably. Not because of his wealth. Not because of the penthouse. Not because of the luxury. She loved the man who remembered her favorite tea. The man who attended every appointment. The man who learned how to change diapers before his son was even born. The man who quietly carried her worries as though they were his own. That night, after Alexander had fallen asleep, Olivia sat beside him and watched him for a long time. Moonlight spilled across his face. The powerful CEO looked peaceful. Almost vulnerable. A smile touched her lips. Months ago, she married him for security. For Daniel. For practical reasons. She had never imagined her heart would become involved. Yet here she was, completely in love with her husband. And for the first time, that realization didn't frighten her. It made her happy. Outside the penthouse windows, snow continued falling across New York. Inside, a growing family dreamed of the future. Neither Olivia nor Alexander knew it yet. But the happiest chapter of their lives was about to begin. Very soon, they would finally meet the little boy who had brought them together. Their son, Daniel Whitmore.